I was born in Darwin. I grew up in Cairns, then Mackay, before life brought me back to where it started. Some people call that a full circle. I call it a loop I hadn't yet figured out how to break. I am a transgender man. I was later diagnosed level 2 on the autism spectrum, though later doesn't capture it. I lived the first 2 decades of my life without the one piece of information that would have explained almost everything about me. I share this now because it colors everything that follows, not as an excuse, as context. There was no father to speak of, not really. There was only my mother, who gave more of herself than any one person should have to give, raising children she didn't yet know were autistic in a world that wasn't built for either of us. If this story has a hero before I ever became the protagonist of my own life, it's her. I know the shape of my early years in Cairns more from what I've been told than what I remember. Snapshots, neighbors I loved, a few supernatural things that happened in that house, the kind of moments that shouldn't stay with you 27 years later and somehow do. I was a soft child, heart wide open, feeling everything a little too much, and underneath all of it, a hunger that never quite let up. Let me belong somewhere. That hunger followed me for years, and for years it made me into someone who bent himself into whatever shape he thought other people wanted. People-pleasing wasn't a habit, it was survival. High school in Mackay was chaos I didn't have the tools to survive. I spent more hours in the counselor's office than most kids spend in detention. I gravitated toward people older than me, people who seemed to carry some kind of map I hadn't been given. I was looking, always, for solid ground. I found it, eventually, not in a person, in a mirror. I'd seen Lady Gaga's backup dancers and something in me caught fire. No formal classes, no studio, no teacher, just a bedroom with no air conditioning and a wardrobe mirror that became my entire universe. I taught myself, frame by frame, rewind by rewind. Marquise Scott, Ian Eastwood, Matt Stefanina, Wildebeest Adams, Chachi Gonzalez. These were the names I built myself from, watching on an internet connection so slow that a 2-minute video took 20 to load. I'd sit there and wait. It never once felt like wasted time. There were no studios in Mackay to take me further, so I built my own path instead, teaching myself to film, teaching myself to edit, because if no one was going to hand me the tools, I'd make my own. Dance stopped being a hobby. It became the architecture of who I was. It was the one place I felt like I belonged in my own life, not performing belonging, actually feeling it. I danced completely alone, and it never once felt lonely. The heat of that room, the isolation, the judgment from people who didn't understand what I was building, none of it touched me while I was moving. I wasn't dancing for anyone watching. I was dancing because it was the only place I could just be. Eventually, I started posting what I'd taught myself, and the world, unexpectedly, started watching back. My clips ended up in montages, reposted by Chris Brown, by Sierra, by Silento, and then an email from Chachi Gonzalez. A few sentences complimenting the way I moved. I still remember exactly how that felt, like someone I'd learned everything from had looked back and said, "I see you." Then high school ended, and everything I'd been holding together on will alone started to come apart. My health collapsed, because no one knew yet what was actually going on inside me. I was handed antidepressants, then antipsychotics, medication aimed at a diagnosis nobody had thought to look for. My family and I made the only decision that felt survivable: leave Mackay, start again. We went back to Darwin.